What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm back! I've been sick for a little bit. I haven't been doing as many videos or reviews as I had planned. Got a little bit behind. There may be some short reviews. I'm going to do a video game review very soon as well, but I am happy back to be talking about movies, and today I'm going to be talking about the new animated Justice League movie from DC Animation, the latest in the Tomorrowverse, Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1. In this follow-up to Justice League Warworld, death is coming. Worse than death, oblivion. Not just for our Earth, but for everyone, everywhere, in every universe. Against this ultimate destruction, the mysterious Monitor has gathered the greatest team of superheroes ever assembled. But what can the combined might of Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, The Flash, Green Lantern, and hundreds of superheroes from multiple Earths even do to save all of reality from an unstoppable antimatter Armageddon? I haven't really been too kind to the more recent DC animated movies. I think that they're lacking a lot in storytelling quality, animation quality, and voice acting quality, and just trying too hard to set up what's coming for the future. That was exactly my problem with Justice League Warworld, that it was setting up this movie. And while this movie doesn't necessarily turn the gears all too much, it is a step forward in the right direction. I am not going to say that this is a terrible movie. I thoroughly enjoyed myself watching this movie, but I'm not going to go out of my way to say it's one of the best DC animated movies I have ever seen, because it's not. I still think this has a long way to go to win people over or to win them back, but out of the more recent TomorrowVerse installments, this one is the best since The Long Halloween, and as I've already stated, a massive improvement over Warworld. There's a lot of action-packed sequences in this movie. There's surprisingly a lot of humorous moments too. I think the comedy actually really lands, and there's a heartfelt story here regarding Barry Allen and the Flash. It essentially is adapting parts of Flashpoints. I felt more for Barry Allen in this movie than I did for Barry Allen in the live action Flash movie. This is a better Flash movie than the Flash. Take that as you will. I cared about the Flash. I think having a comic writer like Jim Craig write the script was beneficial, because there are actually moments of character development here. There's a moments of confusion because the Flash is going into so many different parts of the multiverses where he's really confused as to what's actually happening. You have what's going on with him and Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, all of them, and then you get to the world that has like Ultraman in it and all that. I don't remember the names of the other ones. I'm not a big comic reader, I'm sorry. Those moments where he's learning more about himself and he's discovering everything that's happening, I thought were actually really touching and heartfelt, and it added some emotional beats to the story that I was not expecting this movie to have at all. Some may be off-put by the rest of the Justice League feeling like they take a backseat to the action, or feeling like that they are supporting characters, but I think the context of it works. I think if you're gonna introduce the multiverse to the DC animated universe, because everything's got to be the multiverse nowadays, let's just face it, Flashpoint's probably the best way to do it, because he can super speed so far that he goes so far back in time, and it just creates parallel universes. We saw that in the live action Flash movie, we see it here, done better here. It just felt more naturally woven in here than it did in the live action Flash, and I just felt I was more interested as to where this story was going to go as opposed to where that story went. This does suffer from the part 1 syndrome though. You can definitely tell that they're setting up part 2 and even part 3, because this is going to be a 3-parter, a trilogy, and it does suffer from that. It does suffer from setting everything up feeling incomplete, as most part 1s do. I mean, Deathly Hallows is a great movie, but part 1 does feel incomplete. Gives that movie a lot of baggage that it has to carry around, is that it is the part 1. It is the one that is setting up part 2. That's exactly what happens here. The animation still isn't up to par as well as it should be. This still feels very static and robotic, and so does the voice acting. And I've noticed this more with Jensen Ackles as Batman. It really feels like he is either reading his lines wrong or reading them too slow, or it just doesn't sound natural. It sounds like AI essentially, and it's very off-putting. You can easily tell when he's speaking or when somebody else is speaking, the voice acting is just not up to par as it was in the previous DC animated movies. But I guess I'm overlooking that a little bit with this one because this is more entertaining, it is more intriguing, and it does have more character moments than I was actually expecting it to have. I'm not going to walk away and say that this was a great movie or anything. It's not one of my favorite in the entire DC animated universe, or at least the ones that I've seen. I've seen about 35 or 40 of these. I think it's like middle of the pack, I would say. And I enjoyed Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1 with just over half a bucket of popcorn. So if you guys have seen this one, let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. I'll leave my link to my website in the description below as well. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden, and I will see you at the movies somewhere.